Having a baby is, well, it's everything, isn't it? Your whole world shifts to this tiny new person. And with your body still recovering, getting pregnant again is probably the very last thing on your mind. But it's a super important conversation to have. So today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We'll talk about family planning after delivery. I mean, just think about it for a second. Your body is still in healing mode. Your hormones are on a roller coaster. You're trying to figure out this whole new mom thing, and then you find out you're pregnant again. It's a really overwhelming thought. And trust me, if you're worried about it, you are definitely not alone.
And it's overwhelming for a very good reason. That postpartum period, it comes with its own unique set of challenges. So let's just take a moment to understand what's going on with your body, because that's the first step to making a choice that's right for you.
After you've given birth, your body is in major recovery mode. You feel physically weak, your hormones are all over the place, and you're getting the hang of breastfeeding. Getting pregnant again while all this is happening, it can be incredibly tough, not just physically, but emotionally too. Okay, now before we get into the different options, we absolutely have to clear up a very common and honestly pretty dangerous misconception that so many new moms have heard.
I'm sure you've heard this one, right? The idea that as long as you're breastfeeding, you've got this natural, built-in protection against pregnancy. It sounds great, and a lot of people really do rely on it. But what's the reality here?
Well, this might actually shock you. As a form of birth control, breastfeeding is only about 60% effective. Let that sink in. That's a 40% chance of an unplanned pregnancy. That is a huge gamble to take when your body is still trying to heal.
So why isn't it a sure thing? Well, it's true that the breastfeeding hormone prolactin can suppress ovulation. But for that to even begin to work, you have to be breastfeeding exclusively, like around the clock with no long gaps. And your period can't have come back yet. Even then, it's not a guarantee. Plus, your periods are probably irregular after delivery, so you could start ovulating again without even realizing it. That means you could get pregnant and be a few months along before you even have a clue.
So if we can't rely on breastfeeding, what are the actual options? Let's walk through some of the most common contraceptive choices available for new moms.
First up, the one most people are familiar with, contraceptive pills. They're a really popular choice, and there are different kinds. For new moms, doctors often suggest what's called the mini pill, which only has one type of hormone, progestin.
The biggest pro? They're everywhere and easy to get. But for a new mom, the cons are pretty significant. Let's be real. When you're sleep-deprived and living on a newborn schedule, remembering to take a pill at the exact same time every single day, it's tough. And even more importantly, some pills aren't recommended in the first 6 months of breastfeeding because they could affect your milk supply. So it's definitely something you have to talk to your doctor about.
Now, if a daily pill sounds like way too much to handle, there's another option, the contraceptive injection. This is kind of for anyone who wants a set it and forget it method for a few months. The best thing about it is you get one shot and boom, you're covered for 3 whole months. No daily reminders, no alarms. The downside, of course, is you do have to go to a clinic to get it. And for some people, a fear of needles is a very real thing that makes this a non-starter.
All right, next up is a longer-term hormone-free option called the copper T. It's this small T-shaped device that a doctor places inside your uterus. It works by releasing tiny amounts of copper, which basically makes the environment hostile to sperm.
The copper T can protect you for years. We're talking up to 10 years for some of them. And a huge plus for a lot of women is that it's completely hormone-free. But it's not without its potential issues. Some women find the insertion uncomfortable, and it can cause heavier, more painful periods, especially for the first few months while your body gets used to it.
And finally, we have what I like to call the umbrella option, because it's simple, it's safe, and pretty much anyone can use it. We're talking about condoms.
Honestly, in a lot of ways, this is the most straightforward choice. There are practically no health side effects for you as the mom, they're easy to use, and when you use them correctly, they are super effective. The one key thing here, though, is that it takes two. It requires your partner to be on the same page and fully cooperative.
So, we've got pills, injections, the copper T, and condoms. That's a lot to think about. The big question is, how do you actually pick the one that's right for you? Because this is a really personal decision. So let me just walk you through how I thought about it, just as an example. First off, pills were out for me. I just had to be honest with myself. With a newborn, there was no way I was going to remember to take them on time. Next, the copper T. After having 2 C-sections, the idea of any other procedure, no matter how small, just felt like too much for my body to handle. And third, the injection. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of needles, so that one didn't really appeal to me either.
So after ruling those out, the choice for me was clear. It was condoms. It's a method my partner and I are both totally comfortable with, and it gives me peace of mind without messing with my hormones or needing any procedures. It just worked for my body and my comfort level.
Okay, so after going through all of that, what's the one thing you should really walk away with? Let's boil it all down to the most important point. And here it is. The right choice is your choice. It is so deeply personal. What worked for me might be the total opposite of what works for you. Some women love the pill. Others feel amazing with the long-term security of an injection or a copper T. There is no single best method. There's only what's best for your health, your body, and your life right now.
So I'm going to leave you with this question to think about for yourself. Your body, your health, your comfort. Those are the absolute priorities. So take this info, think about your own situation and what feels right, and most importantly, please talk to your doctor. They can help you make the best possible choice for you.